In the bustling streets of Chicago, everyone knew Harold Harry Mason. He was just the old taxi driver, a fixture of the city, chugging along in his scratched-up yellow cab for decades. To the younger, slicker drivers, Harry was an easy target. A relic. They'd laugh at his slow pace, mock his old-fashioned paper maps, and whisper about him being past his prime. One rainy morning, a young driver named Jake sped past him, shouting, "Grandpa, you're too slow for this city." Harry just smiled politely, his knuckles white on the steering wheel. He'd heard it all before, the jokes, the smirks, the taunts. But today something felt different. The teasing had been getting worse. The younger cabbies would cut him off in traffic, blare their horns for no reason, and even tell potential passengers that Harry's taxi was outdated and unsafe. They even left a fake parking ticket on his windshield one morning. Harry took it all with a quiet dignity that baffled them. His regular passengers knew the truth. "He's a gem," they'd say, "just old-fashioned." But in a world obsessed with speed and apps, old-fashioned was a weakness. But Harry was holding on to a secret, a life he'd left behind decades ago. Before he was a taxi driver, he was a legend in a world no one knew existed. Back in the 80s, Harry Mason wasn't driving a cab. He was an elite undercover operative for a secret government division. He tracked down dangerous criminals across continents, rescued hostages from impossible situations, and stopped attacks that could have changed the course of history. In those hidden circles, his name wasn't just respected, it was whispered with awe. When his career ended, all he wanted was a quiet life. Driving a cab gave him that anonymity, freedom, a sense of just being a normal guy. He never told a soul, not even his family. He liked being invisible, just the slow old taxi driver with a friendly smile. Then came one chaotic Friday evening. A young woman, screaming in panic, darted into the street right in front of Harry's cab. Without a single moment of hesitation, Harry swerved with breathtaking precision, narrowly avoiding a massive delivery truck. He leaped out of his cab, shielding her and pulling her to safety just as another car screeched around the corner. A crowd had formed instantly, phones out, recording every second. And there, in the crowd, were the same young cab drivers who bullied him, their mouths hanging open in disbelief. They'd always seen his driving as slow and clumsy, but what they just witnessed was pure skill, grace, and calm under fire. You saved her," Jake stammered, completely stunned. "That's right," Harry said softly, helping the woman to her feet. "I know how to handle emergencies." That moment went viral. The clips of the old taxi driver's heroic rescue exploded online. Soon, national news outlets were on the story. Reporters started digging, and what they found was astonishing. Government sources confirmed it. Harry Mason was one of the nation's most decorated former operatives. The world was floored. The slow old man was a national hero. The same cabbies who mocked him were now speechless. Passengers treated him with a newfound reverence. Jake, the ringleader of the teasing, found Harry a few days later, shifting nervously on his feet. Mr. Mason..." "I'm sorry," he mumbled, all his bravado gone. Harry just smiled, a hint of amusement in his eyes. "It's all right, Jake. Just remember people aren't always what they seem. Sometimes the quietest ones are the strongest." Harry kept driving his cab. He loved it too much to stop. But now he was a local celebrity. Kids waved as he drove by, people requested rides just to meet the legend, and schools invited him to speak about courage. His life had come full circle. Not because he wanted fame, but because his quiet strength finally spoke for itself. And so, Harry Mason continued to drive his old yellow cab, still slower than the rest, enjoying the simple rhythm of the city he loved. But now every friendly honk and every wave from a stranger was a reminder that true heroes don't need a spotlight. Sometimes they're the ones you'd least expect, leaving the biggest mark on the world, one quiet act of kindness at a time. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, be sure to subscribe for more.